Hi everybody, welcome to part 3. Alright, so we built most of this linked list class. We're actually going to add in another thing today, but we actually have enough in here that we could start testing things. So, let's get right to that. We go back to our main.java, and what I'm going to tell you guys to do is let's make a linked list variable. We're going to call that variable list1. And let's set that equal to a new linked list object that will use our default linked list constructor. Now, all we have is a default constructor for our linked list. We're later going to add a parameterized one for arrays. All right, and now let's put some elements in that. Let's say list1 dot insert one. Let's put other values in. We'll put insert 4. I'm just going to copy and paste this so I don't have to rewrite it every time. And yeah, let's do 4, 12, 31, 7. Yeah, any numbers are fine. All right, so now if I said list1 dot print, we should see that we have printed out in our console that array 4, 12, 31, and 7. All right, so there you go. We made a linked list, and what we were able to do is just insert values. And now this will model like an array, but it can grow. You know, so for example, now I can say list1 dot. Oh, I still have it in my clipboard, so why don't I just do it again? We could insert a couple more values. Let's put in 54 and 99. And then if I wanted to do list1.print again, you'll see that it will now print out from that same linked list a much longer data structure. All right, and this is great. And we can explain how this works in memory at another time. It's so much easier when we're in the classroom, but we'll still get that done. All right, so this is a great linked list class already, but let's make it a little bit better. All right, so far we have only a default constructor for our linked list, and it's a very simple default constructor. Just sets your head to null. We can actually put in a parameterized constructor pretty easily using things that we've already written. All right, so here we go. We could say public linked list int array. All right, and then what we'll do, we'll just check to see that this array isn't 0. So we can say if our length equals 0, then you know what we're going to do? We're just going to do the same thing we did in the default constructor. We'll just set the head to null because there's no element that we need to put in this array. But if the length isn't 0, that means that there are elements in that array. So instead we can say else. I'm just going to use a for loop here, and I'm going to use the for loop that specifically works on arrays. So I'll say for every integer a in our array, insert that integer a in our linked list. And boom, we're done. That's the parameterized constructor. That's all you've got to do. All right. So you check to see, is our array 0? Is our array length 0? If it is, that means there's no elements in our array, so there's nothing we can add to our linked list. Just set the head to null. Else, that means that means there has to be elements in our array, and we can just insert those elements into our linked list using just this method that we've already written. You know, why reinvent the wheel? So now when we go here, we can do one last thing. Let's create a new list. So I'll say, I clicked up there by accident. Let's say linked list list2, so that's our new linked list variable. Let's set that equal to, oh, well, actually, before we do that, let's actually create an integer array. We'll say int array1 is equal to, let's just make it simple, 10, 20, 30, 40. And now we can say linked list list2, that's our new linked list variable, is equal to a new linked list that accepts our array1 as a parameter. Now if we just did list2.print, you should see that array printed out. Let's see what's happening. We forgot to mention that this is an array, my mistake. And now we see we have that first linked list that grows and that second linked list. And again, just like the one up here, we can make this list grow as well. Let's change these to list2 and make this 199. Let's make this 67, because why not? And again, you can see these data structures can grow in size. All right, so this right here is a linked list. And now that we've built this, we can actually talk about a lot of other different data structures that are incredibly important for storing things and also just incredibly important to programming in general. You use a lot of these data structures that are built off of the concepts of linked list and just growable arrays in a lot of different algorithms and some games actually that you guys are probably used to playing that we'll talk about. But we'll tackle those next week. So great job today, everybody. Great job this week. This is typically a college level concept. So if this is making perfect sense to you, bully, you're killing it. And if it's not, you know, it's not too bad. I mean, you're giving it your best shot. That's all I can ask. Anyway, guys, I'll stop just yapping around. Make sure you do the attendance and have a great day. Bye.